Hey guys, Ashley here, also known as H Lake Man. I'm back today with another video, and then today we're going to be continuing my Gossip Girl rant. I want you guys to know that I do have a wrestling topic that I do want to talk about. Probably going to be like this weekend. I realized that I need to talk more about wrestling, and if I'm going to talk about wrestling, it's probably going to be like old stuff, like Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression Era, and probably like early PG era. Like early PG era stuff I talk about because I talk about storylines, some of my favorite storylines, new favorite storylines, unappreciated wrestlers, like so yeah, I'm thinking like I do something different. Like I don't talk enough about wrestling on this channel and I should because even though I don't watch wrestling anymore, I don't watch it as often. Like I don't watch it on TV, but I watch it on YouTube. Like I watch YouTube clips. That's what it's come to because it's so unwatchable. I decided I didn't want to talk about wrestling. Like, there's other things that I love outside of just, like, teen drama. Like, I don't talk enough about my other favorite... I don't talk enough about my favorite movies, like, kid movies and, like, wrestling. Like, I just want to try to branch out from teen drama. I'm probably wondering if I could get tired of me talking about teen drama. But I hope you guys are not, because I personally love teen drama. I could talk about it for ages and ages to come. But there are other things I would like to dive into, is basically what I'm saying. So, I might write a list of things I want to talk about for wrestling. Probably not too much because I still have teen drama topics to talk about. But I do know that this weekend I am going to talk about a specific wrestler because he is one of my favorites. And to me, I just think he's so unappreciated to me. So, when I talk about the first thing, I'm going to be shocked. I'm not going to say who, which I'm going to be shocked. But the topic I can hand today is a Gossip Girl rant. And the Gossip Girl rant that I want to talk about today is why I think Dan being Gossip Girl was stupid as hell. And it really made the finale of the show just really dumb. Really, really dumb. So, Dan being Gossip Girl. Stupid. Just really, really stupid. To me, the reason why I just didn't like it is because it's a major plot hole, and it just didn't make any sense because you can't tell me that the whole time that people were getting like these messages and all this other stuff from Gossip Girl that Dan was just pretending that he was a part of Gossip Girl, and it made no sense either because the whole time in the show we've known that other people were Gossip Girl. Georgina was Gossip Girl at one point, and Serena was Gossip Girl at one point in season 5. So meanwhile all these other people are becoming Gossip Girl, Dan magically was just Gossip Girl this whole time. It made no sense. And not only that, if Dan was Gossip Girl, he has publicly humiliated people in his family and people that he loved. Serena, Blair, Jenny. I don't think Vanessa ever had a tweet on Gossip Girl. Like, the only tweet I could think Vanessa ever had on Gossip Girl was towards the end of season 2 when she exposed all of the drama that everybody did not know about. Remember when everybody at the end of season 2, everybody was like, well, not towards the end because the last season of season 2 was Chuck and Blair, but the scene where everybody was at the party and Jenny was like, you were in jail, and he said you were strip teasing. Like, they didn't know about that, and I thought that's one of the best things I got to go with when she revealed all the secrets, and everybody's just so shocked. That's what I'm saying. Like, you cannot sit here and tell me that the whole time they were getting things like that Dan just magically was pretending not to know. Like, it really made no sense. Like, this to me is probably one of the most. It's probably one of the worst endings of any show I've ever seen. It's not the worst ending, because I have not seen every single show in the world, so I don't know what is the worst of all time. But to me, I would just say, like, out of all the shows I've seen, I think the worst show ending to me that I probably have seen probably the OC, because the ending for the OC just felt so rushed, like, because season 3 and 4 were just really bad seasons. So I'll probably have to say the OC. Cause like I didn't understand like what are they? Why are they pushing all these happy endings? That not saying the characters didn't deserve one, but it just seems so rushed. Like it seems like they didn't really have a final episode planned, and they just did that. It's sort of like Gossip Girl. It kind of felt like they didn't have a ending, and they just chose this as an ending. To me, I feel like choosing anybody to be Gossip Girl would just be the worst decision. I can understand people like Georgina or Serena becoming Gossip Girl in the mix of the show because they're messy. They're messy. And that makes more sense than you telling me that this whole time Dan was Gossip Girl. And then when he went to his backstory about how he was Gossip Girl the whole time, it made no sense. Like, you're not going to convince me that it made sense because it really didn't. There are people who say that looking back at the show, it made sense that it was him. No, it doesn't. Like, I understand that Dan had his issues with the Upper East Side, but he quickly involved himself into that world by dating Serena, and by his father being married to Lily, he quickly got indulged into the life that he absolutely hated. It just, you couldn't convince me that Dan was Gossip Girl. And then him being Gossip Girl just put the cherry on top of how the writers ruined him and Serena's love story by that point. Like, now that I'm looking back at it, him and Serena, they used to be one of my OTPs, but now that has drastically changed. I do love Dan and Serena. I personally love them in the first 2 seasons. I think that's when they had their best writing. And I did love the interaction that they did have in the mix of the show. But to me, they should have gotten back together in season 4. Season 4 and 5 should have been their new relationship, instead of putting Dan and Blair together. That was just stupid. Dan and Blair was a waste of time. You could have been putting Dan and Serena back together by that time. It was no point of Dan and Blair. And them revealing that he was Gossip Girl, and then it was just, it ruined, on some extent, it ruined Dan and Serena to me. And then him calling it a love letter. Are you kidding me? You have belittled your girlfriend, the girl that you were supposed to be in love with, all over Gossip Girl, exposing Serena's secrets, her lies, her everything, her dirty laundry. Every single thing that Serena has been through has been aired on Gossip Girl. And now they're telling us that he's behind all of it, and it doesn't even matter. And then when he revealed he was Gossip Girl, nobody cared. They just said, oh, it's over. Y'all should be beating his ass. Like, when Rufus came in there and he said, you publicly aired dirty laundry about your sister, and he said Jenny wanted to be on Gossip Girl. She was okay with the things that I tweeted. Your 16-year-old sister was okay with you addressing that she lost her virginity. Really? What 16-year-old girl would be okay with anyone sharing that they lost their virginity on the internet? That doesn't make sense. We know Jenny wanted to be popular, and that was her downfall in the show, is her ambition to do things, which I feel like I can understand that it's nothing wrong with being an ambitious person, and I feel like out of everybody on the cast, I would say Jenny was probably the most ambitious, and then after that, I would probably say Chuck. No, I would say Blair and then Chuck, because Blair was very, very ambitious. Blair didn't play about her future, and neither did Chuck. Dan, he was ambitious, and then I don't know what happened to that. He seemed very ambitious at first. I don't know what happened to that. Dan didn't even seem ambitious anymore towards the end of the show. But with Jenny, don't even on a side rant, I can understand that Jenny, somewhat of her downfall was her ambition to be popular, her ambition to fit in, her ambition to be in fashion, that it made her kind of like step over people, which I understand, but I feel like it shouldn't have went into that extent that it did ruin her. Like, Jenny was literally a 16-year-old girl, and the writers dragged her through the mud more than they dragged the other characters. Like, I feel like out of everyone on that show, Jenny suffered the most. Like, and I don't understand. Like, I don't understand why they were so hell-bent on making Jenny out to be this person that I just never saw her that way. I just never saw Jenny as this terrible person that they try to make her seem. Like, really, to me with Jenny, everything when she did something to somebody, it was out of retaliation for what someone did to her. And you could say it's immaturity, but it's like, how you just gonna let people? It's certain shit people just don't deserve to get slide on. Like, it's just certain things that people just, you gotta let them know their place and like just don't ever do it again. To me, in my opinion, but I just can't believe that Dan would tell his own father that his 16-year-old sister was okay with him exposing exposing her losing her virginity online. Like, I just didn't believe that for 1 second. I really didn't. The final episode of Gossip Girl just felt very rushed to me. Like, it was stupid. It was not the whole episode was stupid, but I feel like everything up to that point was good until they revealed that Dan was Gossip Girl. Like, that was stupid. You could have just ended the show with him and Serena getting together and them getting married. Did you really have to tell everybody that he was Gossip Girl? Like, Chuck and Blair, them getting married, to me, I don't care what anyone says, that was the best part of the whole finale. Him proposing and then them getting married. Even them getting married in 5 seconds is way more memorable than half the people who do get engaged and get married in TV shows that I've seen. Them arranging that entire wedding in 5 minutes and Chuck and Blair looking good as they do it, matching each other, her dress and his suit, them matching each other. No one does it better than them. I mean, come on. His proposal was so sweet. It was so romantic. It was so passionate. It was so real and genuine for Chuck to admit that he was immature for saying those things back then. That if he was more mature, he would have never told her that they can't hold hands, that they can't have the standard relationship that is the standard relationship. To me, the standard relationship is going out, holding hands, affection, and all that. That's the standard. And if you're going to give me anything less, then there's no point of us being together. I'm not going to settle for less. I'm not going to settle for someone who can't be open or someone who can't be affectionate. I'm not going to do that. Or passionate. I want passion. I want all of that. And if you can't get that to me, then you need to go on and get with somebody who don't deal with that chilling back exterior. To me, it doesn't go with being a chill person, but to me, I feel like if you too chill, you too nonchalant. And to me, I can't be with someone who's nonchalant and nothing affects them. I can't be with a robot. I want a human being. If you're a human being, be a human being, not a robot. Not an AI, don't be an AI. But there's not really much to say. I just hated it. I really hate that they revealed that Dan was Gossip Girl because it was stupid. It was really dumb. Like, really, really dumb. I hated it. Dan was Gossip Girl made no sense. It kind of ruined him and Serena's love story. It was just stupid. They could have just ended the show with him and Serena getting together, and then they could have did a 5-year. They could have just did a 5-year jump with them getting married. I would have accepted that more than him revealing that he was Gossip Girl. And then you know how they end the show with her saying the next generation will come. That's great. And instead of them making a reboot, I think the reboot came out in 2021. I think instead of them doing a reboot in 2021, they should have done it early on, around that time. Because Gossip Girl went off in 2012. They could have been making a reboot like around 2013 or 14, like getting it up and ready. Because I can understand putting stuff on streaming because people are watching streaming, but to me, I feel like streaming has made people be lazy when it comes to shows. Because why are you making 8 episodes? What can I learn in 8 episodes about a character? Please tell me what can I learn about a character in 8 episodes. That's why Euphoria is not working, because everything just seems crammed together, and that's why the episodes are ridiculously long. They're telling us this in an hour and a half. That One Tree Hill told us in an hour. That One Tree Hill told us in 45 minutes. The episodes are 45 minutes, so that's like an hour. Where 45 minutes are plus commercials. So even if you have Hulu and you put out the commercials, technically since it did air on real TV, the 45 minutes is the addiction plus the ads that were playing on TV at the time. So Euphoria has a hard time telling a story in a 59-minute episode that One Tree Hill did in 45 minutes. That's ridiculous. And there's less episodes, and y'all can't even tell a decent story. It's ridiculous. I feel like streaming services shows have made things extremely lazy for me. To me, I need a show with a decent amount of episodes. I'll settle for at least 13. If you could tell me a decent story in 13 episodes, okay then you could keep 13 episodes for as long as you can. But to me, I think I need like about at least 20 or 21 episodes at least 21. Like there are some shows that the episodes are extremely long for no reason because it's just a boring season. Like Gossip Girl season 5. That season was very boring. I don't know why that season had 25 episodes because I couldn't do it. Now that I'm older, I literally cannot sit through season 5 without skipping an episode. Without skipping to Chuck and Blair, I can't watch a single episode. No, I can't do it. My younger self probably would have done it like I did before when I was getting to Gossip Girl, binging it on DVDs. I was watching every episode, but now that I'm older, I can't watch season 5. It's just so boring. Nothing happens in that season. And don't even get me started on One Tree Hill season 7 and 8. Those seasons had 22 episodes each. And what storylines were there? That's right, none. There were no storylines in those. In season 7, outside of Haley's storyline, what else was in that season? In season 8, outside of, well, actually, there was nothing in season 8. There was no storyline in season 8. Once Tree Hill, CW should have cut those episodes down to like at least 18 or 19. Shit, 18, 19 is actually too much. A good 14 is probably what I would go to because there's nothing in these seasons. It's just boring at this point. It's boring. Like, why are they giving Walking Dead 22 episodes in season 10? That's ridiculous. Walking Dead does not need 22 episodes. Walking Dead has always been able to tell stories within 15 episodes. Why are y'all giving them 22 in season 10? Especially in season 10 when the Here's Nigga episode was the best episode out of the 22 reduction. So you could have just made Here's Nigga a part of probably like the 15, the reduction. You could have made that episode 16 because the other episodes weren't really that interesting. The Daryl episode was a waste of time because they made people believe that Daryl was going to have a love interest, only for that to not happen. And I don't even remember what happened in the next episode after that. It was just ridiculous. Like, some of these shows do not need 22, but I don't mean to, you shouldn't give a show 8 episodes. Now, that is just being lazy. Giving a show 8 episodes to work with, like I just said, what can you tell me about the characters, storylines, anything in 8 episodes? That's lazy, and I don't want to sit through a long episode that feels like a goddamn movie. That's even more worse. That's more boring. I would sit through a show that feels like it's a goddamn movie at this point. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I know we're on side rant. I just needed to because it's just it's too much. But to me, I just feel like to end this off, I just feel like Dan being Gossip Girl was stupid and lazy, and they should have just left Gossip Girl unrevealed. To me, I feel like them leaving Gossip Girl as someone that we don't know is just way more interesting. It's just way more intriguing. Just knowing the mystique behind who is this mysterious blogger is just way more interesting. I do not know in the books if they ever revealed who it was, but that was something that the show did not need to dive into. That was just even more stupid. I was going to talk about something that I saw on One Tree Hill on TikTok, but I'm so burned out talking about the same shit from One Tree Hill. It's just getting ridiculous. It's about the ridiculous Peyton hate. I just feel like I already made videos about it already on this channel. Just listen to it. I just feel like the Peyton hate is ridiculous, and I feel like half of y'all really need to get off Brooke's ass. Y'all really need to shove yourself out of Brooke's ass crack. Like, literally. I don't know. I'm not going to say I don't know, because Brooke is a great character. Don't get me wrong, but she's not this innocent little lamb that y'all try to make her out to be. Because to me, just like when it comes to Peyton or Lucas, none of them are as innocent either. But to me, it turns out that whatever Brooke does, she just happens to be this innocent victim in every situation when she's not. She's not, and she's not. I don't care what any of y'all say or how any of y'all feel. She's not. To me, I feel like the podcast has a lot to blame for for the fandom becoming sheeps. And half of y'all do not have a mind of your own. Y'all listen to the podcast and y'all just instantly agree with what they say. And to me, I'm not like that. To me, I'm a person. I have my own mind and I have my own opinions. And to me, when I've watched a show, as much as I have watched it, no one can debate with me about One Tree Hill because I'm always right when it comes to it. If you're going to debate me about One Tree Hill, you're going to lose. I just want y'all to know that right now. That's why when I go on TikTok, whenever I leave a comment, no one even bothers to battle me on my debate because they already lost the battle. They already lost it. Because what I use in my acknowledgments are logic. That's the thing with people. Some of y'all don't use logic when y'all leave down opinions. Y'all just emotion. It's like use logic sometimes. Like use logic. It requires reasoning and thinking. And some of y'all don't use reasoning and thinking when y'all leave comments down. But what I want to say is that the podcast has a lot to blame for it. So I would say get your own minds, get your own opinions, and stop listening to everything they say. Because half the time on that podcast, they sound ridiculous and they sound very stupid. No offense to those women, but they sound really, really stupid when they leave certain opinions. And they have double standards when it comes to their characters because when it came to when it came to the Haley and Nathan situation in season 2 about Haley wanting to follow her dream, they got so mad and they couldn't understand why Nathan was upset about how Haley did things. I'm just saying here, it don't take a fucking rocket science to figure out why everyone's mad at Haley. This isn't about her following her dream. That's the thing. See, that's their feminist mind. That's what they're thinking. That because they're feminists, and there's nothing wrong with being a feminist, but to me, I feel like some of y'all feminists take it way too far with just hating every single thing that a man does. Every single thing is sexist. Everything is sexist. Everything is objectifying. Oh, we hate men because of this. Oh, we hate men because of that. It's just ridiculous. Like, yes, some men are misogynistic pigs, but it's like, goddamn, it don't take a fucking rocket science to really see the real problem here. And the real problem with the whole Nathan and Haley thing in season 2 was that Haley lied to Nathan. She kissed Chris Keller twice. She got on a bus with him, about to get ready and leave Tree Hill to go to New York with him, not letting Nathan know anything, nothing. Haley was making a lot of mistakes and she was not keeping it real. She lied to Nathan about talking to him on a computer. She was lying the whole time to Nathan. And they're having a hard time understanding why. Because her actions were degrading. Her actions were disrespectful to her marriage, and they were unfaithful a little bit too, because she's kissing this guy and they have this emotional connection towards music, and she's not even keeping it real with her husband. Like, that's the thing. It wasn't about Haley following her dreams. It was about how she did it. And then her up and leaving so impulsively at the end of that episode, it was just so heartbreaking because it's like, damn, like, yes, Nathan, what he said was impulsive, but it's like he didn't mean what he said. And for her to just up and leave without him coming back and then figuring it out, I wasn't the biggest Haley fan in season 2. I'm sorry. There was nothing that no one could say that could make me feel like, oh, Haley, no. The way Haley did shit in season 2 was foul. And her coming back in season 3 and just like expecting it to just be forgiven, it was just like ridiculous. Because if Nathan would have left her to go do football for like a year and a half, that conversation would have been completely different on our podcast, and they know it would have been. They would have been saying, oh, he cared more about football than he cared about the relationship. And exactly. But because Haley did music, it was because she wanted to do something outside of her being married at 16. It's ridiculous. The way they view things on our podcast is not logical. It's just, oh, I'm going to respond so quickly. Oh, if I don't like something, I'm going to respond so quickly. Nothing is ever logical. Nothing ever makes sense half the time when they speak. And that's the problem I have with the podcast. It's just that I can't watch it because they're always putting down the show, and it's just like I don't agree with them. Winter Hill is my favorite show of all time, and I'm not gonna let some fucking podcast make me change my opinion on anything. And that's the problem with the fandom. Y'all don't have a mind of your own. Y'all don't have your own opinions. It's just like as soon as I see that podcast, y'all agree with everything they say, and it's like get your own mind, get your own opinions, get your own brain. You do not share a brain with Sophie Bush. You do not share a brain with Bethany. You do not share a brain with Hillary. Get your own brain and get your own mind. But that's what I'm leaving it. Damn being Gossip Girl was stupid. That was lazy, and it ruined that final episode of season 6. Season 6 could have had a really, because to me season 6 is already a great season. I don't care what anyone says. Season 6 to me was a good season for Gossip Girl. They focused on what they needed to focus on, and they gave us 10 episodes, which was a great idea because season 5 was way too long. And the only thing that ruined season 6 to me was them exposing who was Gossip Girl, which was dumb. Like I said, I didn't really have much to say about it. I had some sirens to get off my chest, but that's just how I feel. Let me guys know how you feel, and the next video will be up and running sometime this week.